So my name is Chloé Asseo. My father is Stéphane Asseo, and today, since 2013, I took over the family business, more of the blah, 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 as he calls it. So my dad still makes the wine, but I talk about it. So that's why I'm here. We're originally from France. My dad was making wine in Bordeaux for about 17 years, but got tired of the restrictions and the regulations that come with making wine in France. And his frustration grew. My mom was up for the adventure, hence the name, L'Aventure. Us three kids didn't really have a choice in the matter, so we followed. We got a puppy, which, it's the perfect, it's all you care about when you're young. And, they thought of many areas: South Africa, South America, California. And finally, they fell in love with Paso Robles back in 1998. The wild, wild west of California, I should say. But that's what drew my dad to it. It was really a blank canvas. And specifically where L'Aventure is today. So we're located on the west side of Paso, close to the ocean. So we have really a thermic shock between day and night because of the maritime influence. So very warm days, but at night it can drop 40 degrees Fahrenheit, which is really the magic and allows us to make wines that are elegant and balanced. And the particular estate, everything was planted and built by my parents. It's 127 acres. Today there's 60 acres planted, all limestone, 100% limestone. 4 different hills where he was able to really plant and really work with the different exposures for all the different varieties that we have, which Bordeaux and Rhône. And yes, we started in 1998. And since then, we've been, continuing the dream, I guess. Celebrated 25th anniversary last year. So we are known for blends. For us, blends just brings more complexity. Côte à Côte is one of the reasons why my dad wanted to leave Bordeaux. It's a pretty traditional Rhône. 2019 is pretty exceptional for us. 2019 in general, growing season, harvest, everything was perfect. You have purity of fruit with the 2019s that to this day we haven't found again. So there's really, it really set the bar, I feel, for us and for Paso Robles in general. But Côte à Côte is really our representation of the Rhône region. So sometimes it's more Grenache driven, so truly a wink to Châteauneuf-du-Pape, if we can say that. But we don't have 100-year-old vines to play with. But sometimes it's more classic GSM, a third of each. In this case, the 2019, that's exactly what it is. Something to note is since 2015, we've actually started incorporating not only French oak in our aging process, but also some cement and amphora, so clay, which has truly fine-tuned our blend. Grenache is very delicate. We really try to keep the femininity of Grenache and the purity, and we truly believe that the amphora and the cements have helped in that. Our blends start in the vineyard as well, so the Grenache is multiple lots of Grenache, the Syrah is multiple lots of Syrah. Morvet, not as much, we don't have as much on the property. But for us, it's just another layer of complexity. So yes, I think that's it. That's all I had to say.
Well, I mean,
cépage. The exact blend, I don't know. But it's 30-something% of Grenache, 30-something% of Syrah, and 30-something of Mourvèdre. Voilà.
I think it's absolutely amazing the energy that I find in the wines of Paso Robles. Could you possibly talk about the freshness? Possibly explain to us why you can get that kind of freshness from such a warm region.
Honestly, my dad would say it's the terroir. It's really, it's a big part of it is the limestone, but also just the location. I mentioned briefly about the temperature between day and night. That plays a huge part in capturing the freshness, more so the natural acidity. and over the complexity, because we don't realize, and you don't think maybe what I'm saying is maybe push, but really there's a 40 degrees difference between day and night during the summertime, which is huge. I would say that's one of the main part is the terroir, honestly. Do you want to add?
Eric, I'm sorry.
He's our neighbor. He's my favorite neighbor.
Favorite neighbor.
Two polar opposite wines, and the beauty of why Rhône wines are better than Bordeaux always have been.
Oh, you had to go there. It's not necessary.
I make Bordeaux too, but
better than Bordeaux.
These are so beautiful, both of you. Polar opposite. You've got no wood, old vines, and then you've got opulence.
Yeah.
No right or wrong, just such beautiful wines. Are you co-fermenting? Can you pick at the same time? I know it's difficult.
So we're playing with co-fermentation. For the Côte à Côte, not as much. We do have specific wines that are co-fermented. Now where we play is more when I said, there's multiple lots of Syrah, multiple lots of Grenache, especially with the Syrah. We'll do a few lots with a co-fermentation of a little Viognier or a little Grenache Blanc. So he plays with that a little bit, but it's not co-fermented, at least not for the Côte à Côte.
Because they're all picked at, he's struggling to get them at the same time.
Eric, then why is my favorite neighbor Cabernet Sauvignon?
Sorry, Chloe.
I brought it up.
Because Passo's a really special place if you've never been there. And Paso has the ability, unlike most places, to be able to do Tempranillo at a very high level, Grenache and Syrah at an extremely high level, and specific sites without a lot of calcareous and siliceous shale that are very clay-oriented, very similar to Napa. The ability to do cab at the highest level, and we actually get colors that are far superior if you're a winemaker tracing your color to match up with your tannins and bindings. So, yeah, that's why.
It's the beauty of Paso.
Yeah, you guys.
They of course make an unbelievable. They do Cabernet at a high level as well.
Yeah, there is certainly when I think of this property, I really think of old world mentality with new world fruit across their entire portfolio. I think that they really managed to encapsulate that. It's what makes it very special to me. And to Eric's point, there is a large amount of Cabernet planted in Paso. And it's a conversation back and forth between many producers as to, should they be doing Rhône, should they be doing Cabernet? But in general, that almost everything can thrive there. Yeah. It's a pretty amazing region. Any other comments or questions? No?
Thank you.
Well, thank you very much, Chloe.